Good afternoon. I wonder where are you joining us today from? Because for a change, today I have actually a guest who is very local to me. Adrian Sullivan. He is here with me in a studio for the second time after his successful show on self-discovery. Today, Adrian will be talking about his business growth and business development. And surprise, surprise, Adrian is very local. Hi, Adrian. How are you?
Yeah, good afternoon, Olga. Yes, I'm very well, thank you. Very good indeed. Are you okay?
Yes, I'm very well. Thank you so much for asking. I must say, I'm so proud how well we both are handling today. Little technical glitches and little issues. And I think it's one of those things which every business owner must be able to do, right? It's just to handle situations with grace, isn't it?
Yes, yes, an urgency, as needed
Exactly,
sometimes.
exactly. But you're absolutely brilliant. You're absolutely brilliant to handle everything. So I'm so happy, Adrian, to have you back because I know how great man you are. I know you're father of your beautiful boy, and I know you're a really successful businessman. And having you back in the studio, well, actually, you can share the secrets of business growth and business development and what future holds for your business. It's my honor. So thank you so much for coming to the studio today.
It's a pleasure to talk about my business, Olga, with you. A pleasure.
That's wonderful. But Adrian, shall we start with the very beginning of, what helped you actually to make the decision to start your own business? Because I'm sure right now there are lots of people out there during the lockdown, sitting at home thinking, probably I could start a
Mm,
business,
mm.
but they're insecure and they're not sure whether it is a good time, whether it is not a good time. What would you say to those people who want to start a business and they're still procrastinating?
Mm. I think look at what you've experienced. In the past, a lot of people may look to the industry that they're already in. To start a business and be quite blinkered on that industry. That they've spent 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, or whatever in that particular environment. But what skills have they learned in that environment? What skills have they learned in that business? And what specific any kind of commercial training or any kind of training within that environment? What people have they learned off? To transfer them skills to a different business or a different way of going forward. So yeah, that's what kind of is the mindset to have.
I love that. I love that. I remember we spoke a lot actually about mindset and the power, what you can actually work on yourself during the self-discovery show. So everybody who's watching us right now, you can go back to YouTube and you can type Adrian Sullivan and Olga, and you will see the interview with Adrian where he shares a lot of valuable stuff about his own mindset and how he reinvented himself in order to be a successful businessman. And I really thank you for highlighting the importance of knowing what skill sets you have and what have you gathered during the years of working maybe for somebody and doing some other things, could be even volunteering, or could be even just your own soft skills
Mm,
which you gathered during your lifetime. But then,
mm,
when you just start a business, and
mm,
I know right now you have totally different vision of your business.
mm.
What about that? How people can handle these changes? Should they go into the business knowing what they're really good at, they know their skills, and having clear vision, which they should never change? Or is there any other way? What do you think? How people should approach being in a business?
Um, I think it's difficult to get underway to know which diverse way they should go from the experience they've got already, maybe in a different industry. It does take time to look and to feel what is right to move into and to where to take your skill sets to. But knowing that your business started from scratch, wherever you start, you've got to start somewhere, and that will develop as time goes by. But it's important to learn the basic skills of a new industry or a new business that you went into. Obviously, I went into transport from the electrical manufacturing and electrical wholesaling industry, where my dad, after 23 years, I learned a lot of excellent skills from some excellent mentors, some excellent managers, and some fantastic different courses and qualifications that I did. But It is. You really have to start from the bottom, but implement your own skills in that particular trade and learn it from the ground. Um, yeah, that's kind of looking back how it helped develop myself.
I like it. I like it. Yes. So what you're saying, start from scratch, use your skills, and just be open-minded.
Mm.
I like it. I like it because you are a great example how you started with man in van and now you have completely different vision. So would you like to tell us more about what actually brought you to the position that right now you are changing your business, you are renaming that, and you're expanding? How exactly that happened? I bet you anything, it didn't just drop from the sky and it wasn't given to you on a silver plate, right?
No, 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 of course not. I think when I was out delivering in the van, and doing deliveries for people, businesses and people that I already knew, might I add, from my old life, if you like. Um, it was having the vision of being that big logistics company, that big transport business, learning from major companies, and don't be afraid to learn from P&O Ferries or from DHL, how they air freight, P&O Ferries, how they sea freight, as I did. So don't be afraid to listen and learn from these exponentially big businesses, even if you're just starting from scratch. You pick things up, you learn from them, you listen to them. In the van, I was listening to the audio books of the guy who owns P&O Ferries, and just picking up little things. You're not necessarily going to grow a ferry business that moves products across the seas, but you do listen and you do learn and pick things up. So it's important, obviously, to get started, but it's also important to have that larger, bigger vision. You're not necessarily going to get to that size, but let's get a quarter of the way there or halfway there, and you're successful.
I love that. And have you ever felt a bit scared or worried about how fast business is growing? Because I do know you also won an award. So, how was the experience between you just starting out and then you're growing? And I get the point. Yes, learn from others, which is very, very nice to do. You just learn from others, you develop yourself, you grow, and your business grows with you. But what about that feeling of being overwhelmed by how quick
Uh,
business can grow? Or being overwhelmed. Like, for example, in your situation, you won an award. What was that whole experience emotionally like?
um, I think I was always cautious with um, keeping it low risk. I wanted to not take too many risks, as in financially, dealing with customers where I may have risks and may take a bit of a dive, if they went bust. Or I looked at companies or customers who I would deal with, that would give me that solid foundation of a low risk business. But then on the flip side, it's being brave, and making brave decisions. I remember being 4 or 5 months in, I was earning a living by driving a van, and doing
Mhm.
deliveries around the UK. 4 or 5 months in, I made a decision to give my van up and start to be a middleman for transport companies, and find other vehicles, find network of vehicles around the UK that may be available that I could use, but I could find the customers. So that decision was made. I took it out of my own hands. I sold my van overnight. I was in my living room, and then I couldn't do deliveries for people. I couldn't earn a living by doing deliveries, but I knew that if I made a certain amount of money each day, that's where I had to be. And when you chuck yourself into the deep end and you have to be brave with these decisions, that's when you grow. But I'd learnt the foundations of the business. I'd learnt the foundations of deliveries, of vehicles, of vehicle sizes, and how to deliver the products. I'd learnt that foundation, and also pulling on experience of people that you've met. I mean, my electrical wholesaling, manufacturing experience, business management experience, 23 years. But transport experience, that was very minimal. But then you look at the people you meet, or you look at the people that's on the end of the phone that you can talk to, you suddenly become very experienced in what you've done, very experienced in that industry because of the knowledge of the people around you and the people that you know.
Wow, I'm so impressed. I didn't know about the part of you transforming from doing deliveries yourself to then leaving that completely and reinventing your business. This is so powerful. And honestly, can I ask you this question? Did you feel scared? Did you feel worried at that moment?
Um, yes, yes, you
Mm,
do, but that drives you on. You know,
yeah,
the worry, the scare, the nervousness. You know,
yeah,
the moments where you have to find the customers, but then the vision
yeah.
of the plan that you're starting to put together. I mean, going to see a business mentor, talking to the business mentor about where I wanted to be, and you know, rolling up there in my steel toe cap boots with my workwear on, you know, going to see one of the chief ladies at Business Doncaster in my workwear, in my high vis, telling her my plan, telling her where I wanted to be. And the people out there, they saw the vision that I had and the excitement and the ideas. And people visited me at Business Doncaster, for instance, visited me at my home. And, you know, I had the whiteboards just all the way around my bedroom, just
Oh,
with
wow.
plans, this, where to get business from, what to do. And you know, the guy came in and he looked round and he was so impressed.
I'm impressed as well.
But
Very
I thought it was normal at the time.
I love that. It just shows how important it is to have that vision. You might not be there yet. You might not earn all that money yet. You might not earn all that respect and all that, recognition in your industry, but you must have the vision. And it could be just a whiteboard in your house, just there without even office. And there's so many people who actually are holding on to, I don't have a logo, I don't have a website, I don't have a team, I don't have money. And you are just a true example how you don't need any of that. You just start with a clear vision. And yes, you just have those emotions, but you suck it up. You suck it up and you just go after your vision.
Mm.
Wow, this is so inspirational. But what about your awards? Because you also won awards. Can you tell us more about that?
Yes, obviously the Business Doncaster have awards, you know, every year. Doncaster Showcase Awards, that is huge. And, you know, companies, huge manufacturers in Doncaster, you know, Polypipe, £500 million a year manufacturer, the Doncaster Airport, you know, they win awards for customer service, for, you know, for large business of the year. And and I met a lady at the Yorkshire Wildlife Park in Doncaster around about May time 2008, and I was telling her my story of buying the van in June and getting an office in March and the business how it grew. And she said to me, "You should go for the Business Startup of the Year award." And I was like, at that moment, it was like, why would I win that? You know, there must be somebody else, some other companies out there. Why would I win that? But once you put the date, you know, in your diary, on the wall, on your
Mhm.
calendar, on your planner, and you look at it, and you see it, and you see it 6 months away. But then you start to see what other people are doing around you within the area. You know, other large businesses, maybe Polypipe going into schools and talking to children, and other large companies. What are they doing? You know, what would I want to do as a small business? Um, and then as a small business, I just started to look at the things they was doing, and then, you know, we got nominated. As the time went by, we got nominated for that award, and then in front of 900 people at the Doncaster Racecourse, we proudly won the award. And that moment, you know, I've still got the video now on my phone that I like to revisit every now and again, just to give me a little bit of motivation.
Oh, I can feel that. Even I'm like, wow, this is so massive. This is so big. Because when you start from an absolute scratch, because if you would inherit parents' business, if you would already have business experience, if you would already been somehow in the business before, it would be a total different story. But you start from absolute zero, with no money investment, with no business knowledge, with no tools, no techniques, and you actually build it and you won an award. This is such a massive achievement.
Yes, and I won I became runner-up in the Inspirational Award as well for Doncaster in 2019 for inspiring young children. Because obviously Doncaster, I'm from a mining community. Doncaster is very much the old mining community still, and a lot of the children in the area, they haven't got the aspirations. Probably like the parents have not had the aspirations. And, to go into these schools of these villages, and tell them I was them.
Mhm.
I was them, and inspire them that way. Just to try and even to light that fire a little bit, light that switch that they can achieve, and can do something special. I just wanted to do something amazing. I just wanted to do something which was incredible, something totally inspirable, to people, to myself. And I believed that I could achieve it. I don't see there's any difference to myself, to multimillionaires who own millions and billions of pounds worth of businesses. What is the difference? I
Yeah.
can implement and apply myself in the way that they have.
Love that. Love that. I love the passion you speak with right now. I can tell you're so passionate about this. This is amazing. And those children, those young adults, they're so lucky to hear your story because you're right. Kids cannot have any more aspirations in their lives if they haven't been exposed to anything better what they see now. And we all copy our parents' stories. We all copy our parents' aspirations or lack of aspirations and lack of goals. So
Mm.
for them to have you, it's life changing. It's absolutely life changing. Wow! Please don't stop doing that.
No, no, of course. It's difficult to get into schools at the moment, obviously, but I have been asked to speak to a local school, year 7 and year 8 in the new term, and my son will be in the crowd, so he's going to be in that school. I've been asked to talk, so that's going to be the best, the absolute best moment.
That is so special. Oh, I bet you anything he'll be very proud, son.
Yes,
That
yes.
is amazing. Well, would you like to tell us more about the changes within your company now? Because I
Mm,
know you are changing the name and you're
mm.
expanding from delivering local and also in Europe to more ventures. What actually led you to that? And where do you have this braveness to actually even go after that?
Mm. Well, I mean, the business is 3 years old now. I did my first delivery on July the 17th, 2017.
Wow,
So we just had the 3-year anniversary. And like you said,
congratulations.
thank you, thank you. And like you said, I started the business from nothing. My mum saw a van in a local village and said the van was available. So I went and bought it for £3,000. I bought this van, but I knew it would get me around the country and get to do deliveries and taking my son on a Saturday morning at 5 o'clock to London to do a delivery with his quilt in the front
Oh,
of a van with me, because I had to earn money and these are the things, but it was an adventure, it's an
wow.
adventure for us both. So I think, yeah, I mean, where we've grown to now is very, very special. Um, Being a leader and leading from the front and choosing the right people. I believe it's the people within the business, and inspiring them people, empowering them people, and not holding on to your own knowledge, you know, and giving the knowledge out to the people that you work for, that work for you or you work with. Um, and I guess that's where my skills has lied quite a lot. Being able to motivate people and work well with people and get people to work as a team. We just had a meeting the other morning regarding the figures this month. And we went out for a drink on Friday, a little anniversary drink after work. But I said to the staff, we talked about the figures, and I said we all like to have a good time in work. We all enjoy his work, but do not get away from it. We are fantastic at our job. We are fantastic at what we do. Look at these figures. Look at how well we've done. Those guys are fantastic at what we do.
That is amazing to hear. I'm so, so proud of you. But I know right now you're going into bigger ventures. And of course, not without the team. And I'm so, so grateful you actually do highlight here an importance of collaborating with people. It's quite funny because yesterday I had a show with Angela Pata and we spoke about building relationships between leaders in the businesses and, what are the people you need to know in order to help to achieve your goal. And I love the fact today we again speak about people because it is about people who are working with you, who are working for you, who are there representing your business. Because it's quite easy to ruin business reputation just by one person not being, not sticking to the values of the business and not really being 100%. So I love that fact. But what about the new business name you're going for right now? Why the business name is changing, and how do you feel about that?
I feel great. I mean, the main part of the name for me is the pass. Obviously, when I left my job back in April, May 2017, not knowing what I was going to do, I was going to set the business up as I was going to set a business up teaching children in schools football, which is going to be positive attitude soccer skills, which was PASS, the positive attitude soccer skills.
Oh, yeah.
So that's where the pass came from. And then when I got the van, it was obviously Parcelpass. There was no other business name that. It's a bit similar to Pass the Parcel, if you like, but it was Parcelpass. And as the business grows and time goes by, we don't do parcels. We don't deliver parcels. And now we're evolving to a logistics partner, partnering with some of the major logistics companies in the world. Might I add the likes of DHL, to name just one of many logistics companies who we partner with in the UK to do work with, and Europe. The pass, I think, pass logistics really gives it the conformity of what we are as a business, but keeping the pass, name in there for the story, which I like.
I like it too. So can you just tell us again? PASS stands for positive
Attitude, soccer skills.
soft skills. I like
Soccer
that. I
skills.
really
Soccer
like that.
skills.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
amazing. That's really good name. I like it. Okay, and what will that include? Because you start as a man van, just dropping off some parcels, and now you're gonna work where? How different it will be with the customers? How is there anything else changing apart of the name?
Yeah, we're just launching a new website which is going to show us the Pass Air, obviously air freight around the world, Pass Sea, Pass Ocean, should I say, which is obviously the ocean freight around the world, moving containers all over the world. Pass Road, which is obviously road freight, dedicated haulage. Pass Same Day, which is a core part of his business, which is dedicated same day deliveries. So with the past logistics, incorporating the little subtitles for each part of the freight that we offer.
Wow, that sounds like phenomenal and big, I must say. And I'm so proud to hear that actually Olga done from local area.
Yes.
Amazing because you locate in Doncaster and also I'm not far from Doncaster. So it's really, really amazing actually that things are happening here locally. And you don't have to be in a big major city like London. You don't have to be in USA to do something. You can do it from your
Mm.
office. Your office is also in Doncaster, right?
Yes, that's based in Doncaster. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Well, there we go. So you don't have to be in a big major city in order for you to progress, in order for you to establish yourself.
Mm.
Wow. Can you
Mm.
believe that all success, Adrian? How do you feel about that?
Well, I feel all various different types of feelings, obviously, as time goes by. But my mum said to me, my mum came into the office a week or so ago, and she said to me on an evening, she said, "How does it feel to be in that office? How does it feel?" And that question from your mum, that's when it was really live. That's when it was really like, how do I feel? And I feel like a leader. I feel like inspirational. I feel like part of a fantastic team, and I feel quite empowered, but also very, very calm about the situation, and I can see myself growing. I think, as we've mentioned, people within the business, and you're bringing new people into new roles, and you're designating the management team, and you're still learning. Obviously, you're learning from them. It's very important to remember to learn from the people around you, and to take from them how have they, what have their experience been in the past, and who have they worked for, and how can they influence your business. So yeah, I think being part of that team, I feel a lot of good feelings.
Wow, that is remarkable. And I'm so, so glad that you have a great relationship with your mom, who actually is also proud of you and helps you to recognize your success. But you're so right. People and everything what you learn alongside you growing your business, it's so important to go back, almost like revisit those moments to see how far you have come in terms of your knowledge, in terms of your expertise, in terms of your people who work for you. This is so important. And I just wonder, if you look back, because it's been now 3 years, exactly 3 years and a few days, like 4 days, right?
Yeah.
In 3 years and 4 days, what would you say were the most crucially important moments of your business? What exactly pivoted your business?
I'd say I think the perseverance for finding customers, using platforms, using your LinkedIn, picking the phone up and speaking to people, not just messaging them on LinkedIn. I mean, I had 23 years in another industry, so I had a lot of relationships already, professional relationships that I could talk to people about, maybe in DHL for other reasons, or in these different businesses. But over and above that, definitely persevering with certain things. I picked up a great customer on LinkedIn back in around about, say, December 2017.
Okay.
And that particular customer, he taught me a lot as regards to how the transport industry worked, how the vehicles worked. I didn't know what a long wheelbase van was when I bought the van. I didn't know what a rigid 18-ton vehicle was when I bought it. But what likes of Richard Branson says, say yes and then learn afterwards.
Yes.
That's really true. It really is, because you can learn about it, and yes, the difficult thing is somebody giving you an opportunity. That is obviously, it can be difficult and it can be tiring when you're trying to dig out opportunities all the time, but persevering and keeping that mindset and vision that you've got. And then the business developed into a logistics partner. After that customer became approved with XPO, I got a phone call from XPO saying that we are taking over this particular transport for a company. It's the £500 million a year business that I started dealing with, and my heart sank because I thought that they would be doing all their transport, they wouldn't need me anymore. In the same breath, he said to me, "So we're going to be signing you up as an approved supplier for XPO."
I was like, yeah.
I was still sat in my van and I was parked up and I was I was gobsmacked. I was so happy, so happy. Oh, we've lost each other. Lost you. Olga, we're back in.
Yes, we are back in. I'm not really sure what happened there. I guess it's a technical glitch, as it happens sometimes. Here we go. We're back. I was talking, I wasn't sure what has happened, but we are back, which is good. Yes, what I was saying is that I'm really um, proud of you being so brave and you being so ready to grow, of you being so ready to implement your learnings, and you being so ready right now to pass it on when you go to schools. When you're not scared to continue growing. You're not scared
Mm,
to
no.
think about you as a small business. You are ready to grow and to grow big, to grow
Mm,
massive. Because what you do right now is a massive thing to go from a van
mm.
to have four subcategories to go global. It's a massive achievement, a really massive achievement. I'm so proud of you.
It is. I mean, we as budget this year, is we're looking at 2.7 million for 2020 to 2021. Um, that's his budget this year, and that's what we're going to achieve. That's what me and the people want to achieve. But it's purpose. We've all got a purpose. I look around the room. Sometimes I stop and look at everybody working and see how much how hard they're working, and how much probably they're enjoying the work. And it's a real purpose. And you've got to have a personable purpose as well. I see my personal life changing now for the first time in 3 years. My personal situation is getting better,
That
and that just drives you on to want more nice things and good things.
100%, 100%. And I must say that business life is always get affected by personal life, and personal life gets affected by business life. So before we finish off this show, because we're quite mindful of your time, don't want to keep you for any longer. And thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. And I could see that we were international. I cannot see comments now because we just started this session, but we actually had people from Florida, we had people from India. So we went international to the engine with you. So everybody learned about your business internationally. How awesome is that?
That's great. That's awesome. Mm.
So before we finish off, I would love to find out, do you have any tips for people who are in the business or thinking to start a business and they feel the effect of their personal life on the business, or maybe they are affected quite a lot in their business and
Mm.
private life suffers? What could you say about how they can separate these two different lives?
It's difficult. One thing I would say for people to use is their intuition.
Mm,
I've found as the business has grown stronger, I've became more confident in my own ability to use my intuition and use what I feel right. Um, to have your own plan, a vision plan. You know, don't be afraid to think big. Don't be afraid to learn from the big companies. Don't think they're too far away. They're too far a stretch. They're too far
mm,
a breath. And don't be afraid to have to take 2 or 3 steps back to start again.
yes.
We've said before, failure your way to success. There's instances in my business where I've lost customers that was spending too much with me at the time because I was too involved with them. But you have to see that, and you may have to take a step back or 2, 3 steps back. But
Mm,
sit and look at your plan. Sit and think about. It's not going to happen overnight. Yes, it's happened quickly for me,
yeah.
and it's been an excellent quick journey for me. That I'm pushing forward, and I've got a desire to grow for. But definitely listen to your intuition, and to sometimes take 2 or 3 steps back to look forward.
I like that. I like that. Listen to your intuition. And very often people are so scared to listen to their intuition because they don't think it's the right thing to do. What would you say is the best tip how people can listen to their intuition, how they can make sure they definitely do it? And do they even have it? Because some people, they never even were aware that they have intuition. What is it? How to listen to that?
Um, Go with your feelings. Your feelings for that decision. Don't make it, straight away. It's good to sit on some important decisions overnight or for 2 or 3 days because you may change your mind. But then also be decisive. Don't sit on the fence. You know, don't be afraid to say no. Don't be afraid to pull back from a decision which you may think is good in the instant. You know, bad business is not good business. So yeah, I think make a decision, be decisive, but think about that and feel it from your gut instincts. And you know, that's the best recommendation I can give to anyone.
Love that, love it. And I think that will be the best way to finish off this session as well. Feel what happens inside of you, follow your intuition, trust that, and then business can grow from, even if it's you just starting from the scratch, it can go global, just like in Adrian's example. But thank you so much, Adrian. It was a pleasure to have you back today. You shared today some really great insights about how to make sure you have great people in your team, how to make sure you go big in your vision to start with. It doesn't matter if you don't have those staff, technology, and I mean, did you have even a logo when you started?
Yes, yeah, I did. Yeah, I had a logo, but it was quite funny. The first business card that I've got a guy kicking a parcel into the back of the van like a little footballer, because obviously past logistics, it was a logo that me and my son designed with a guy kicking a parcel into the back of the van. But no, I don't know if that parcel lasted.
Exactly. Oh, bless you, bless you. So yeah, just like in your example, you had a first logo design for you and your son, which is remarkable. I think it's really, really sweet. So don't let yourself to be held back by something which you haven't got. Go ahead, follow your vision, follow your guidance and your intuition, just like Adrian did. If Adrian did this in just 3 years and 4 days, to be very precise, it's today 3 years and 4 days, then you can do it too. But Adrian, when people can contact you, if they can learn from you, if they would like to know more about you or your business, how people can get in touch with you?
Yeah, I'm on LinkedIn, obviously, Adrian Sullivan. My email is adrian@parcelpass.co.uk. If you feel like you would like me to come along and talk to anyone, talk to your businesses, or try and, you know, even just drop me an email if you've got some ideas, or if you want some kind of thoughts, if you want to pick my brains, that's not a problem, you know, so people can contact me through that way. Or if you would like to move freight all over the world, if you've got some products you'd like to move and it needs to be done cost effectively by a company, you know, like mine, then no problem.
That is wonderful. And I must say, I definitely will be using your company when in 2 years' time I'll be moving somewhere else. I just haven't decided where exactly, but definitely moving somewhere sunny and beautiful. So definitely will be using you then.
Great.
But thank you so very much, Adrian, for your time today, for your wisdom, for your knowledge, for everything that you have given today with such generosity. And everybody, thank you. And everybody who joined us, who sat with us till the very end, thank you so very much for joining us. Thank you for being international with us and being so patient, because in the beginning we did have a little technical glitch, and also recently. So apologies about that. But hey ho, we are here and this is live. So things happen, but it's about how do you handle challenges, because the better you are with handling things, the better business you can build as well. So thank you very much, everybody. Take care then. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye.